Leicester City 0, Arsenal 1. It looks like Arsenal's going to have to master the art of really putting pressure to Man City and asking for response like they did last time. Remember, last weekend, Arsenal won by 4-2. Man City went down to Nottingham Forest and they failed to really get a positive response because they really leveled their game of football by drawing 1-1 with Nottingham Forest, and Arsenal put up a 2-gap bridge in between them and the Manchester best side. This time around, they're gonna hate to do the same thing. They're gonna hate to win their beautiful game of football, and they're now 5 points clear. Remember, Arsenal is now level with the number of games with City, 24, and obviously they're now 5 points ahead of Man City, 8 points ahead of Manchester United, and City needs to come up with the well-required response in this beautiful game of football. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. But I would like to go on and really credit the manager, Mikel Arteta. You know, every time you put out a player on the field of play and doesn't come out to give what you expect, throw him under the bus, change the system, and obviously go on to win the beautiful game of football. He did it today. He made a very good change for me, because when you look at how Eddie Nketiah has been costing Arsenal in the previous games, you'll know what I'm talking about, that this man has been costing his side for several times. But this time around, he has really benched him. And guess what? Getting Martinelli and Trossard playing in the 2 forward lines, or in the 2 forward positions, one playing as a left forward, that is Gabriel Martinelli, and Trossard playing as a false number 9, has helped Arsenal to really win this beautiful game of football. And it's them that coming through for Eddie Nketiah that have combined for that first goal that Arsenal scored in the 46th minute. Arsenal came up with a well-required response, and kudos to that nutmeg that Trossard does to the central defender of a side known as Leicester City. And then Gabriel Martinelli capitalized onto that, and it was 1-0 or 1-0 ahead of Arsenal. And it shows you that Arsenal is back to that format of really winning games away from home and keeping clean sheets. Positives today, Arsenal controlled the entire game, guys. When did you last see Arsenal taking full control of the game like this? I think it was when, not even the game of Tottenham Hotspur, because Spurs had moments of really killing Arsenal off. But if you tell me in this entire game that there was a chance for Leicester City to kill off Arsenal, that chance was not there. The only time Leicester came close was when, I think, Iheanacho came in for an effort and he was offside. This is the moment. This is the only moment Leicester came close to really scoring against Arsenal. The ball was really dinked over the goalkeeper by Iheanacho, and that was an offside. It was ruled out because it was an offside. So that's the only moment Leicester City came close, and it was an offside moment. No other chance, no other moment Leicester came close to really come to the goal of Arsenal. I think this last happened, I think, even before we went to the World Cup. Because ever since we returned from the World Cup, Arsenal has been getting threats from its opponents. Against West Ham scored fast, and they got some 2-3 more threats to the goal of Arsenal. Against Brighton scored 2 past Arsenal, and Arsenal scored 4, but they registered some threats against Arsenal. Then they hosted Newcastle. Newcastle had close to 2-3 times threatening the goal of Arsenal, and the defense looked like it was nowhere to be seen. Against Tottenham Hotspur, they win, but Spurs had some 2-3-4 good chances. Ramsdale came to their rescue. Against Man City, the same. Everton, the same. Brentford, the same. So this is the game that Arsenal has really gone ahead to defend very well. And trust me, they deserve the clean sheet. They deserve the clean sheet. And today is when you get to know how good Jorginho is to this Arsenal side. Many people won't come out and really give him the credit he deserves. That is Jorginho. But he has shielded that back four very well. To an extent that he was not even taken off the field of play because the manager knew that I needed a double pivot of Thomas Partey and Jorginho. Then Xhaka was playing as a central attack midfielder. Then Saka right wide, Martinelli wide left, and Nketiah was leading the line. It shows you the importance of Jorginho, and I think this has gone well down the memory lane of Mikel Arteta. These are things I usually talk about here, but I'm at sometimes really not baffled when the manager comes in and really makes such calls, because I believe today, again, Granit Xhaka was abysmal. He's a press resistant. He's not a press resistant player. His final pass in the final third is not good. I believe those chances that Xhaka gets around the Tina's box area, if they find Fabio Vieira, it's a different game of football together. Even if it's Emily Smith Rowe in those positions, he goes ahead to really get Arsenal ahead or really create a very good chance. But I believe it's high time Arteta gotten to know that Xhaka needs to be benched, as he has done to Martinelli in the previous game against Aston Villa, and obviously in this other game against Leicester City that Arsenal has won by 1-0, benching Eddie Nketiah. Underperforming players shouldn't be playing for the team, and you see how it's happening. And this has gone ahead to really reduce on the predictability of the manager of Arsenal. Trust me, Mikel Arteta was a predictable manager. His team was predicted. Every time you knew you were going to face him, you knew Ramsdale in goal, Ben White right back, left back Zinchenko, central defense Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, Thomas Partey, Odegaard, Xhaka, midfield three. Then you bring Saka right forward, Martinelli left forward, and Nketiah through the center forward position. Now, this time round, he has gone ahead to really catch Brandon Rodgers and Leicester City on the wrong side of their thought. I think their game plan was simple. Trossard, Martinelli left forward, Eddie Nketiah passing through the center. But obviously, it was totally different game of football together. Trossard playing as a false number 9. I think you've enjoyed his services. When he's playing as a false number 9, he involves his fellow players a lot. You saw that every time Arsenal had the ball around the 18-yard box of the opponent, he gave them a reference. And that's what you need from a player like Trossard. What Trossard did today for the entire 70 minutes before he was taken off the field of play, Nketiah can do it. He can't do it. And he had even gone ahead to find himself on the target, but the VAR went ahead to really cancel that goal because Ben White had rounded the right hand of the goalkeeper around his shoulder. So I believe you saw the effort and effectiveness of the player. And secondly, total domination of the game. Arsenal completely dominated the game. And if you are told who deserved to win this game of football, it's Arsenal. One will say, but Leicester put up resistance. There is no resistance they put up because resistance is not only based onto the defensive part. Also, in the offensive part, your resistance should be hard. They put up a very watertight defense, and it was hard for Arsenal to open it up, but they couldn't threaten the backline of Arsenal. I don't remember William Saliba throwing in a slide, Gabriel Magalhaes too. So it was an easy day for them, and that is courtesy of Jorginho coming in through, doing the needful in that midfield position, and obviously preventing his team from really conceding goals. So Mikel Arteta will enjoy this win, and he's going to want it a lot because Arsenal had really taken very many games without winning, and right now they have gone ahead to win 2 games consecutively away from home. What a win for Arsenal. What a score by Martinelli. 2 games, and he has gone ahead to score consecutively. And I think this season, that is the first away goal for Gabriel Martinelli, because did he score against Brighton? I think, yeah, he scored against Brighton also away from home, but most of his goals have been coming in through from home. He also scored against Crystal Palace. This is his 3rd goal away from home, but the rest of the goals have been coming in at the Emirates. So thank you guys. Smash the like button, comment and share, and let me know what you think about this result of Arsenal versus Leicester City, as Arsenal is back on top of the Premier League table with how many points? with 5 points clear ahead of Manchester City and 8 ahead of Manchester United. Games are 24, but right now Man City is coming next to play against Bournemouth. If they redo points again, they're going to head to gift a side of Manchester. Sorry, they're going to head to gift a side of Arsenal. What's for Fred? Soccer is funny. You can't judge an opponent from the loss or win. But I think that's the yardstick you judge an opponent on, because what brings a loss or a win is what you portray on the field of play. I think Arsenal were the better side. They got their chance, they utilize it, and they bury that ball in the back of the net. So I know soccer is funny, but the results are based onto how the opponent performs. If you perform very badly, you won't see yourself into the winning side. And this time around, Leicester against Manchester United put out a very well fought battle for the first 30 minutes of the game. Then United went ahead to capitalize onto that, scored a goal at the first half, and came back in the second half and scored 2 and killed off the game immediately. This time around, I never saw Leicester putting up any effort near that they put up at Old Trafford. Yet they were home this time around. At Old Trafford, they went out and did the needful. Is it because that United never had Casemiro in that midfield and Arsenal had Jorginho to really block checkmate all the attacks of the team? I don't know, but they never looked nowhere near good, according to me. Leicester looked bad. They looked bad. You get? I remember for the first 10 minutes of the game, Arsenal had a ball possession of 81% and Leicester had 19%. Arsenal could knock around that ball in any corner where they wanted, and no interception was made by Leicester City. Arsenal spent close to 6-7 minutes playing around the 18 box area of Leicester City. That's it. So I'm having lucky Eddie Obelon. I'm so glad that we won, although it was very tough in the last minutes. I never saw the toughness of Leicester, apart from them getting the ball and hitting it into the box of Arsenal, but they never brought in a teasing cross. The crosses brought in were not teasing. The attacks were not surging, according to me. They are not surging, and I believe it is something that we need to acknowledge, that Mikel Arteta came in with the best plan. They played their game. They kept a clean sheet. And obviously, they're up there on the Premier League table. And that is the mentality of champions. Man City failed to do this and maintain their win when they are playing Nottingham Forest last weekend. They led the game from the first half, but around the 80th minute, they conceded through crosswords, and they never even managed to get a winner. But Arsenal managed to keep the clean sheet, and obviously they are doing things that Man City can't do this time around, and let's give them credit, because Arsenal are really doing a very fantastic job. Then Clement Akura, great a result for Arsenal, back-to-back wins, and I think these wins are really going to help Arsenal gear up for the next game at the Emirates against Bournemouth, according to me, because they're playing Bournemouth there. So I think it's going to be so much good. 2 back-to-back wins. Arsenal is back to where it's supposed to be. And I think in the next match, you might see Thomas Partey fully back. Jesus might make it to the bench, and that is going to be a very huge boost for the Arsenal side. Then I'm having lucky Eddie Obelon. Honestly, Arsenal never created chances to kill off the game in the early minutes. I know they never created chances to kill off the game, but the way Arsenal is playing today, the way Arsenal played today, you have to give them credit. Do you know what happened to them against the game of Aston Villa? Against the game of Aston Villa, Arsenal concede first, they level the game, they concede again, they go to halftime when they're a goal down. They come back in the 60th minute, Zinchenko levels, and they left it late. But you have to give them credit that they made sure that they kept that defense watertight. They kept it watertight, you get? Meaning that they've learned lessons from the game of Brentford, Manchester City, Everton, and Aston Villa. And this time around, they kept it tight. The rocks were really functioning in that central defense. That is Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. Jorginho couldn't allow Leicester do any positive activity into that central attacking midfield area as far as that game of football was concerned today, as Arsenal beat a side known as Leicester City by 1-0. And You see the difference. Let's acknowledge the difference that Arsenal has put up, because they never created chances to kill off the game, I understand. And the manager would have said, is going to say in his post-match press conference that we needed more chances to kill off the game. But I believe the game management was really spot on this time round. The game management was really spot on this time round. Now, there is a goal that was really disallowed coming in from Trossard, and it was a punch from the goalkeeper, as you see here. Trossard around the 27th minute of the game. He got this ball here. The goalkeeper punched it, and you see this hand of Ben White there trying to do the needful and really embrace the goalkeeper and really round him with his elbow. Trossard got it, took an extra touch, and obviously curled it to the back of the net to make it 1-0. But VAR said, no, you guys, it's not a goal. And the decision was taken because Ben White had rounded the right hand of the goalkeeper around his elbow. But there was a call that came in before, and I said, why didn't the referee also give a penalty to Arsenal? I'm going to bring that moment of field of play. So Ben White rounding the hand of the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper went in with only one hand and really punched that ball badly. I call for that. It's a foul. It's uncalled for. VAR went in for the check. The referee went on the side monitor and said no goal. And obviously that decision was really, all the celebrations of Arsenal were really cut short by that decision of the goalkeeper. But amidst all that coming in to happen, there was this incident. When this guy was brought down. Look at it. As the ball was coming in, a cross being delivered into the 18-yard box area, I think it's into the 18-yard box area of Leicester City, guess what happens to Bukayo Saka? 4 minutes back, they had really cancelled out the goal of Trossard. But the cross is coming in through. Sota goes onto Bukayo Saka, and Bukayo Saka finds himself down. I really thought that this could have been counted before. It could have gone into accountment because he's also being fouled. Do you know what would have happened if at all Bukayo Saka was not really brought down? This is where you call for the inconsistency of VAR, that they are really abysmal, and sometimes they need to be called out every time and every weekend. At least we have a scenario. We come here to highlight that they've gone ahead to rule badly. Because if the other one was really ruled out, that Ben White rounded the hand of the goalkeeper, then why don't you rule this one too? That is a penalty. I believe that is a penalty to me. It's a penalty because Saka is really running towards the flight direction of the ball, and Sota puts him down and gets him out of motion to meet that ball. Why don't they give that as a penalty? To me, I believe that's a penalty. You get? On Thursday, if you watch the game of Manchester United versus Barcelona, the penalty that United concede is really a penalty that is really not even near to the worstness of what Sota does to Saka. This is more worse. And this is a penalty. It was supposed to be a penalty. And if I told Mikel Arteta, I think in the post-match press conference, I talk about it, that was supposed to be a penalty, and we were denied a clear penalty because that's a clear goal-scoring opportunity. And even if Sota, the player of Leicester City, is given match of orders, no one is going to complain because look at how he holds the boy. Look at how he holds Saka. This was a penalty, guys, to me. It was a penalty. Look at that. And it's intentional. You get? So, remember the penalty. Can I find that picture? When United was playing Chelsea. They are given a penalty after Scott McTominay got hold of Ahmad Broja. Let me look for that photo and show you that this was supposed to be an Arsenal penalty, guys. Let me look for it. Chelsea Man United penalty. Scott Let me look for it and see. Let me look for it. Let me look for it because it is similar. It is similar because, all right, God loves me. I have it. I want this referee to tell me how that differs from this. The corner was being brought in. The corner was being brought. As it was being brought, Scott McTominay got hold of Ahmad Broja. He goes down. It was a penalty. Now, how do you tell me that this scenario is not a penalty? This one. So, how do these two scenarios differ from one another? Guys, feed me into. Look at this. Look at this. It's a penalty not given. Look at this. It's a penalty that was given. So, what is VAR trying to insinuate? They are drawing up controversies in every game. This was a penalty given. I accepted it because I support Manchester United. I said Scott McTominay did something stupid. It was ludicrous of him to do this. And today, a penalty was not given when Suter does the same thing to Bukayo Saka and the referee waves on. Inconsistency of VAR is really out of this world, and I think they should address such issues because they really cost these teams. They really cost these teams. And as it stands, I believe that was a clear penalty and it was not given to Arsenal. And I believe very many Arsenal fans are not going to give attention to detail to this because they've gone ahead to win this game of football. But have a second thought. If at all the result never came your way, what would you have done? Wouldn't you have called for that you missed out on a golden opportunity to score a penalty? So I believe it's uncalled for by Arsenal fans because they're celebrating the win. But to me, I paid a lot of attention to detail onto that scenario because I thought it was one of those that was really going to determine this beautiful game of football. And people never really came in through to really acknowledge it. But you guys need to really call out for such things as you did on Paul Limason and was really sacked by the PMGOL. I think this one should also be addressed and obviously go abuzz onto social media and obviously find themselves into a mood of really doing the needful. But in the 46th minute, that's how Gabriel Martinelli capitalized onto that nutmeg that Trossard really puts through the legs of a Leicester defender known as Gates, and obviously he found himself on target, curling it down into the lower left bottom corner, and the goalkeeper Ward couldn't really stop it. And if I told you've been watching Arsenal for a very long time, it really gives you cameos and glimpses of Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry was the master of burying that ball into the lower bottom corner here. And obviously, Martinelli slid into that ball, and obviously, he took it brilliantly and bended it very well, past the goalkeeper in the left corner, and obviously, that is the only goal that put Arsenal there. But as we did that, they stepped on him. And guess who stepped on him? It was indeed. And why doesn't VAR come in here and interject? There is no accounting for these fouls today because that's supposed to be a red card to me. He steps onto the knee of Gabriel Martinelli, and that could have been a career-ending stud onto the knee of Gabriel Martinelli. Leicester City called in for a red card. Let me show you this. When you're playing Leicester City, Sabitzer happened to do this. Let me show you. Man United, Leicester, Sabitzer. Let me show you. They called out for a red card because Sabitzer did this foul on Yates. You get? After doing this foul on Yates, where is it? I'm trying to look for it because I want to relate. This is supposed to be a red card. It was supposed to be a foul that was supposed to be cautioned, but the referee never even went to caution the player. All right, look at this. Sabitzer for Manchester United never got a red card. He walked away with it. VAR went to look through this, and they said it's not a penalty, it's not a red card. although I support Manchester United, I think Sabitzer was really lucky on the day. That's it. He was lucky on the day to walk away free without being red carded. Today, my mind tells me this man, known as Ndidi, deserved to get much of orders. He was supposed to be sent off the field of play. Do you know why? What he did was unforgivable. And I think he did it intentionally. When you look at the run, when you look at that run, I believe he did it intentionally. And obviously, he found himself in a position of stepping onto Gabriel Martinelli's feet. And I think it was supposed to be a red card. So that's it. And let's get into, is there anything I've not talked about? All right. There was another goal that we're going to talk about later. But let me show you a little bit of how the match stats were and how the Premier League table is really looking and how Arsenal fans are really jubilating around the world because they are really 5 points clear. Manchester City game has started 40 seconds into, Man City 0, Bournemouth 0. But that stadium is also not an easy one to go to. Then Leicester City had one shot. Guys, that's why I was disagreeing with people that it was a hard game for them. How hard was this game? How hard was this game when Man City had only one shot and 0 shots on target? It was not a hard game for me. I never saw Leicester City stretching Arsenal, questioning Arsenal, hard questions to really answer. You get? It was Arsenal on and on that kept on asking questions to Leicester City to really respond to them. And they got some of those right, and some of them, they got them wrong. That's why they concede. So I don't see them really coming in through to being a team that has gone ahead to really cause trouble to Arsenal. Arsenal had 10 shots on target. Had 10 shots, 2 on target. I think more composure was required, especially at the beginning of the first half. Arsenal had very many chances, but the composure lacked Odegaard, Bukayo Saka. Guys, during the match ratings, the player ratings, I'm going to come out and really talk about Bukayo Saka, but people have always told me that I don't like Bukayo Saka. I like Saka, but today, you've seen what he has gone ahead to portray. You get? Even the game against Aston Villa, he doesn't go in for that quick reaction. You get? That quick football passing, 1-2s. You get? I think if he doesn't do that, he exposes himself on being fouled a lot. That's it. So Arsenal had 2 shots on target. They would have had like 5. Then 34% ball possession by Leicester City. Arsenal had 66% possession. They had the lion's share of the possession. 312 passes completed by Leicester City. Arsenal completed 610 passes, meaning that Arsenal averaged 305 passes per half. That is really great because they knocked that ball around almost throughout the entire 90 minutes of the game, and they controlled that beautiful game of football very, very well. Passing accuracy for Leicester City, 68%. Arsenal had 82%. 14 fouls by Leicester City. Arsenal had 9. 0 yellow cards for Leicester City. 1 yellow card to Arsenal, and it went to Gabriel Martinelli. No red cards were flashed to any of the players of either teams that really took place today in the match at King Power. That is Leicester City and Arsenal. 4 offsides each side. 0 corners to Leicester City. This is why I tell you that Leicester never caused any havoc to Arsenal, because even no corners they got 0 corners. And when one tells me that they really put up a fight, which fight did they put up? They never. What they're all after was them going all out, defend. That was the order of the day. They wanted to defend and maybe hit Arsenal on the break, but Arsenal knew that they are going to capitalize on the pace of the new Brazilian signing. That is it Tete, is called Tete, Happy Barnes, and Iheanacho. What they did, they told Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba, we know that they are planning to do that, but play high line, but close down all those lanes. And what they did was to play a high line and a high block by going ahead to really press Leicester in its half. That's it. That's why you never saw a lot of activity in the half of Arsenal. There was no Leicester activity there, and most of the ball that Arsenal had was in the second third and the final third of the pitch. That's it. So let's go to the table as it stands. Arsenal, 24 games played, 18 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, 52 goals scored, 23 goals conceded. They're having a goal difference of 29. Points, 57. Manchester City, 24 games played, 16 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses, 60 goals scored, 24 goals conceded, 36 goal difference. Arsenal, and they're having 52 points. That means Man City have scored how many goals more than Arsenal? Those are 7. So that looks like Arsenal is trying to close in on the number of goals that they've been conceding, and they want to close it down and obviously bring in the best that they deserve. So Manchester United is having 24 points, as you see here, 15 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses, 41 goals scored, 28 goals conceded, 13 goal difference. Then they're having 49 points, meaning that Arsenal is now 8 points ahead of Manchester United and 5 points clear ahead of City. And that is what every Arsenal fan would like to hear at this juncture, because it's music to their ears as Arsenal fans all over the world. And you know what they say? Hard work pays. And hard work pays. Obviously, Arsenal's hard work has seen it really reach this level where they are right now, and they are topping the Premier League table. Manchester City is playing in right now. The result that they get is really going to be so much important for this side of this side of Arsenal. Then let's go to Paul Wagonza. Big up Arsenal, the Gunners, 3 points in the pocket. Big win. Greetings to Rokani. Thank you for watching in, Peter. It's always nice having you onto this channel, and keep it Rokani Media Football. Then we are having Alan Molindwa. I just love this game. Arsenal Kuntiko. That means Arsenal on top. Thank you for watching in. Then Paul Chizito. We surely need to win such games, all right? Obviously, these are games that Arsenal has to go on and win, because they're left with only Chelsea at home, Newcastle away from home, Liverpool away from home, and Man City away from home, meaning that they're left with 3 hard games away from home. And if at all you're winning such games of Leicester, you might find yourself in a situation of being close to 5 or 6 points ahead of City by the time you go to Etihad to play against them, because they are winnable games right now. Arsenal is going to play Everton in the midweek to cover up for their game in hand. I think that's going to be another win for Arsenal. Then which side? Then they play Brentford. No, they play Bournemouth at Emirates on Saturday. So if Arsenal manages to get 6 points maximum out of those games, I believe they would have gone out to consolidate a lot, and they would find themselves in positions that are really unsteppable as far as Arsenal is really concerned in the league title contention. Then Isamat, Christopher, Rokani, Arsenal will win all the 5 games. This is done at Kamocha. I believe the trophy is for Arsenal to lose. That's it. The trophy is for Arsenal to lose. Arsenal has all the right to either win the trophy or drop it to those that are really wanting it. Jaloha, Arsenal, thank you for the good work. All right, thank you for watching in. Then Musika Vicent, Modena, wonderful news from the Gunners. Obviously, it's music to ears to all Arsenal fans all over the world. Then Emmanuel Mukuka, we are the Gunners. We have done it again. Obviously, very good win and a clean sheet kept this time round. You've not considered a goal, because Arsenal has kept a clean sheet when they are playing Tottenham Hotspur. After playing Tottenham Hotspur, they played Manchester United, they conceded 2. They played Man City, they conceded 1. They played Everton, they conceded 1. They played Brentford, they conceded 1. They hosted City at the Emirates, they conceded 3. They played Aston Villa away from home, they conceded 2. They played Leicester today. They've kept a clean sheet. A lot of positives to go out and really celebrate today. Then Natamba Vicent, in love with you, RD. Thank you, Natamba Vicent, for watching through. We love you to here on Rokani Media Football and the family of Rokani Media Football. Starboy Official, you're right, bro. Thank you, Starboy. Then Harrison Okwe, thanks. Our team, we won the game. I wasn't able to watch the game or the match. God is great. We won by 1-0. We are right. God is good all the time, and He's the reason as to why we are living and we are watching these beautiful games of football. And I think God has stamped it that Arsenal is winning the trophy according to me, because they are doing all what champions are doing. You get? Slight drop off. And obviously, when you really revamp to the winning levels, you don't drop points like that. Then Egaro Douglas, brother, I like your program like nothing. This is Douglas from Kampala. Thank you for watching in Douglas. I love you too. Thank you for keeping it this channel. Smash the like button, guys, comment and share. And if you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe button, smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. DJ Denix, Rokani. This is DJ Denix. Even if we scored a goal, we just need the 3 points. And now we are back on top of the table live from Kiriandongo district. Thank you very much for watching in from Kiriandongo. And that is the side of Masindi. Thank you for keeping it Rokani Media Football. Obviously, all what Arsenal needed was 3 points. But how do you get them? How do you get them? Because Arteta will love this win more than that of Aston Villa, because he never needed his team to do a lot and use a lot of energy to win this game of football. Score 1 goal, have the possession, have a commanding ball distribution, passing accuracy was really out of this world. And obviously, you reserve your energy for Everton, because in the midweek, Arsenal is going to play Everton. So I think Everton has lost 2-0 against Aston Villa at home. And I think there is no way. They've got Emirates to throw in another shocker. It's time for revenge. To suit it that Arsenal goes ahead and tells Everton that we came at your stadium, you beat us by 1-0, and here you have to fall on the sword of our Arsenal. Tamokede Richard, big up Rokani. It's amazing that Arsenal has won this match. Obviously, it's very amazing that Arsenal have won it. Thank you, Richard. Then Franklin Vinaluvega, Ghana's always been a Ghana. Thanks, you guys. We have done it again. Obviously, they've done it again. Mukwana Richard, Jorginho is a fantastic player. Guys, you know, I exempted myself to talk about Jorginho this time around, because you'll say that Rokani is just carried away, all drunk about Jorginho. But guys, Jorginho is a different species altogether. That specimen in the Arsenal midfield has provided Arsenal to having a lot of ball possession. They are really possessing the ball very well. His ball distribution is out of this world. And that goal that Trossard scores, it comes out as a pass of Jorginho to I think Ben White, and obviously Claxton hits that ball out. A corner is brought in. A corner is brought in. Guess who scores? Trossard, but VAR rules that goal out. It shows you how important that was, and Jorginho was really a very fantastic player on the field of play. Guma Peter, congratulations for the win. Gunners, Peter, Kikube District, thank you for watching in. Then Lucky Eddie Obelon. Thanks, bro, for live streaming. We love you, and congratulations from Entebbe, Uganda. Thank you, Lucky, for always keeping it Rokani Media Football. And smash the like button, guys, comment and share. And if you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel. But Saka found himself on target, but obviously this was all called out. It was around the 55th minute after Gabriel Martinelli had put Arsenal ahead, and Saka scored this goal. It was a tap-in easily into the back of the net, but it was really called off because I think Gabriel Martinelli was offside. It was a little bit of a tight call. We waited for the lines to be drawn, and obviously they were never drawn, but at least you see to it that at least a fraction of Martinelli's body was really way far from where Yetes was, the player of a team known as Leicester City. So that is another chance that Arsenal really got, and obviously it was Martin Odegaard releasing Martinelli, and Martinelli found himself caught offside, and that goal never counted. So looks like Arsenal really were the best of the day, and you know how they do with they're gonna hate to win this game of football. Richard is telling us that we are just very happy in Bokoto, Kampala for this win. This is time of no nonsense. Obviously no nonsense time. Then I'm having DJ Denix, man of the match. Is Jorginho for him? All right, that's going to come through in the player ratings. Then Paul Maliap. Wow, that's what he's saying. He's so much wowed about that Arsenal win. And then we are having Egaro Douglas. I'm sending that win to my baby girl, Gedra Finella. She's in Alebutong. Thank you for watching again. And Agedera Gedra, Finella, your boyfriend, Egaro Douglas, is sending or dedicating to you this win of Arsenal. Right now, Man City have scored. They've scored against Bournemouth 1-0. 1-0, and I think we're waiting for VAR, but looks like City are already celebrating and they've gone ahead to put themselves ahead to close down on Arsenal. That means City is back in the second position, 2 points. 2 points behind Arsenal, if at all this win is really guaranteed at the end of the time the game comes to an end. Then Guma Peter, we are going forward with wins, all right? That's what Arsenal are really doing, and they're really doing a very fantastic job. And obviously, Arsenal are really cruising and grooving into the final stages of winning this league title. People might not really agree with me, but trust me, Arsenal are really that side that has gone ahead to do the needful. And it's none other than it's Julian Alves. Julian Alves has gone ahead to put Arsenal ahead. And obviously today, Zinchenko was really the captain of Arsenal, and they are really celebrating the anniversary of the war of Ukraine versus Russia. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through Rock and David is always my name. Whoever is really watching in, I really love you and treasure you. Guys, I'm calling it a day, and I'm having some few here. Charles Sechibala, it's time to be happy. All right, you have to celebrate. FA is against Arsenal, even other teams. I think even other teams, because the rulings they are making are really ridiculous, because VAR is too inconsistent. You get? It's too inconsistent because, as I showed you, several decisions taken in previous games and penalties given and red cards flashed. Today, they couldn't go to the side of Arsenal, yet Arsenal deserved them. So, thank you very much for watching in through. I sign off for now. See you later. I'm returning back with the player ratings. Obviously, couldn't leave Guma Peter. By all means, we want the trophy. Obviously, I do believe that Arsenal favorites to win the Premier League trophy. So, signing out for now. See you later. Arsenal 1, Leicester City 0. Arsenal on the top of the table, cruising with all the wins. 2 consecutive wins after losing to City. Everton are doing with Brentford. They've gone ahead to get 2 good wins away from home. I signed out for now. See you later. Bye-bye.